An event will take place Saturday in Roxbury to promote health and take back the streets. It's being sponsored by the Dimock Center. To tell us what's planned is our guest from the Dimock Center, the Marketing and Communications Manager, Gallagher. Thank you very much for being with us, Katie.
Thanks, Chris, for having me.
So talk about how people have been getting ready for this event.
So we've been really gearing up for this community event through a lot of different ways. I mean, one is social media marketing. We have our website running, roadtowellness.com, but we've also been gearing up the community through fitness activities. Alongside Hood Fit and the BAA, we've been launching a few health and wellness clinics in Franklin Park where folks can come and do a variety of different stretching exercises, runs, so they were able to do whatever kind of their journey is along the road to wellness, whether it's a 1 mile, 2 mile, or 3 mile run. We had those exercises available for them in a group activity leading up to the race so that they can be more prepared as they come into the 5K. Because a lot of the folks in the community, which this event is really geared for, might not have ever taking place in a 5K or a walk before, so we wanted them to feel as comfortable as possible.
We'll talk about the importance of it, because I remember even when I was much younger, the idea of going out to run was kind of intimidating. People will think I look funny, I mean, don't people feel that way sometimes? So
that's something we're really trying to get past. I mean, anyone these days, I feel like you see it a lot more now where there are different shapes and sizes you see on covers of magazines and so forth, and we're really trying to get rid of that stigma in terms of health and wellness and what that means to you. So one of our slogans is embrace your journey with this, and that really means embrace where you are today, whether it's walking / running / not really crawling, but doing whatever you can to make it through that next push to get you where you need to be. So we really encourage people to come out to enjoy really community, but also to kind of get that first or second or third kind of take on what health and wellness means to them.
How important is this? Because if you have people who, they might have, to worry about diabetes or heart disease, what difference does this make?
Yeah, I think a community event like this really makes a difference, especially in the Roxbury and surrounding communities, because of the folks that the Dimock Center serves, primarily folks that may not have the ability to pay for health insurance or may have a lot of health disparities that are like heart disease and diabetes, where it's very prevalent, and they may not have access to the care that they need. So providing them with a group activity or something fun to engage them in health and wellness and have them really understand the purpose behind it and that it really will help them in the long run, I think is very important.
Now, I know the title for this event, at least part of the title, is Take Back the Streets, and that to me seems to say that as if people have been denied access to something and they want to take at least a little more of it back. Is that what's going on here too?
I think we started to use that actually in the recent month with Roxbury being kind of a hub for some of the violence that's gone on in the community. And also I think it kind of does combine with our health and wellness mission to kind of take back and take charge of your own health, but also to embrace Roxbury as the rich history that it really has, and also the Dimock Center. I mean, it's sat on that campus for nearly 150 years in Roxbury, and so to really embrace that history and that culture, and to really come together as a community and say this is what we want to see, and we really want to discourage some of the other maybe negative things that might have been happening.
Now, it seems also here you're not just talking about people who are fit to run a marathon. We're talking people who if you want to walk, you can walk. I guess
exactly. Yeah. So there's definitely a walk portion of the event, and the major portion, the major population, is probably people that haven't run a marathon or haven't even run a 5K and may not have even done a professional walk. So it's really for folks to just get out there and try and do what they can do. And one of the important pieces of this is also it's free for community members, and the reason we've been able to do that is through our sponsors, and so we thank all of our sponsors for that, but we've made it free for the community because oftentimes they're not able to afford a race entry fee or anything like that, and we just want them to come out and participate despite their ability to pay.
And I guess this also sends a message to people in the neighborhood, because sometimes you hear all these pieces of information about fitness and health. And you say, well, that's for people who go to health clubs. It's not for people like me or you. But I guess you live in the neighborhood, you see people just like yourself, then it seems different.
Exactly. I mean, I think a lot of it is really coming together as a community to say, you know, we're friends, we're family, we're here together to do this together, and I think people of the same walk of life, having them come together just gives them maybe a new hope or a new idea, implants something in their head that may say, hey, let me give this a try.
Finally, we should mention the details. If people still want to get in on this, what should they do next?
Yes, so right now we have registration on site available. So come one, come all, we will be accepting registration all, from 7 a.m. until 8:30 a.m. on Saturday, and that's right on Dimock Street, 55 Dimock Street. You can also go to www.roadtowellness5k.com, and you can visit us there to get all the information that you need. There are maps of the routes there in case you want to check it out, see some of the highlights of those. But that's how they should come. It's really about coming the day of the event and being willing to take on a challenge that you may not have done before.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
From the Dimock Center, Katie Gallagher. Still to come, discovering the outdoors from the Appalachian Trail to the Blue Hills.